In the aftermath of President Joe Biden's debate debacle, where he mumbled, stumbled, and blankly stared into space.
Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President.
The Biden family decided it was time for an intervention. They gathered at Camp David for what the White House claimed was a prearranged photo shoot with famed shutterbug Annie Leibovitz. But we all know the real reason. They're negotiating an exit plan. In politics, part of getting out is trying to get out and looking clean. So the family criticized Joe's top campaign advisors. These are people where it's pretty shocking to hear that they would throw under the bus. Ron Klain, Bob Bauer, Anita Dunn, for example.
This is the best job I've ever had.
Biden has for too long been fooled by the value of Anita Dunn and her husband, a top Democratic donor wrote. The blame was cast widely on staffers, including who were accused of overloading Biden with statistics and making him look pale on TV. During this heated family discussion, frustration boiled over about how the debate prep was handled. They complained Biden was not prepared to pivot more to go on the attack and that he was bogged down, defending his record rather than outlining a vision for a second term. The Biden clan was particularly upset about Biden being over-prepared and not well-rested. Hunter and Jill were the loudest voices, urging Biden to stay in the race. Quote, "The entire family is united," said a person close to the discussions. "You get up and keep fighting." They believed Biden could still show the country he remains capable of serving for another 4 years. What they want him to do is end on a positive note. Could you imagine the scene at Camp David? You have Hunter Biden there, who hates Jill. As we saw on the text exchange from Hunter's laptop, he said, quote, "F my stepmother for always being as much of a selfish, silly, entitled, see you next Tuesday." In an email to his therapist, Hunter expanded more, saying that Jill never thought of him or anyone in the family as anything but something to make money off. I thought Hunter would respect that. Jill Biden, who can't stand Hunter, reportedly, probably telling him to go off into the other room and go find a line of baking soda. Could you imagine Jill Biden saying, "I've got business to attend to, Robert. Go find some Parmesan." But there could be some merit to Hunter's concern. Everybody considers Jill Biden as the true president right now. What type of person runs an old man who needs a wheelchair and is suffering from some type of mental condition in front of the public to be embarrassed day after day? The type of person that Hunter Biden was talking about. Was Frank Biden there? Maybe he would tell Joe, "Remember the time that one of my nude selfies appeared on a gay website and I said my phone was hacked? Not to mention, I was involved in a high-speed crash. I was a passenger in a car that I had rented, allegedly, that led to unliving an innocent man. That tragic hit-and-run incident left 2 daughters without a father. Joe, I'm okay now. You can make it through yourself." Was Ashley there? Did Ashley tell her father, "I was able to overcome inappropriate showers with you"? Did Ashley tell Jill the showers that you allegedly knew about? We can overcome anything together. Behind the scenes, White House aides were working tirelessly to shield Biden from further gaffes. They tailored his schedule to his most alert hours between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. We have a part-time president, y'all. He works 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's a 6-hour shift without lunch and bathroom breaks. Not to mention the countless other days he's off on vacation. No wonder they were debating about their golf game. That's all they're doing. When he gets off of Marine One, there's a pack of Gen Z sycophant bootlickers guiding him on his jaunts to avoid his gait looking unsteady. We've never seen that before. They have been meticulously managing his public appearances. That means he's been in the basement since 2020. They even limited his press conferences, resulting in the fewest solo pressers since the late 80s, despite multiple crises. His advisors were strategizing hard. Maybe a general news conference, one suggested, or some selective interviews, said another. Anything to change the narrative from debate disaster to comeback kid. The problem is the more you show him, the more the problems show. Tucker Carlson reported that through a Source: Obama's vote of confidence for Joe Biden was, let's just say, not true. According to BillO'Reilly.com, the decision has already been made. Joe Biden will quit the campaign. Internal Democratic polling says he can't recover from the debate, and the fundraising is drying up. But according to Bill's website, the White House is still determining on how and when to make the announcement. That's the exit plan. That's what they were doing. Adding to the chaos are a few hurdles: ballot access issues in 15 states, campaign finance rules that prevent transferring funds, and Democratic Party rules that complicate nominating a new candidate. A contested convention reminiscent of the 1968 fiasco looms large, and concerns about what an unrestrained Biden might do in his final months are rampant. Plus, potential replacements like Kamala Harris and Gavin Newsom are less popular than Biden, especially in the swing states. Of course, there's always a workaround in politics. But if you're in a Midwestern Rust Belt state, Mayor Pete Buttigieg is not an exciting option. If you're having conversations on whether your campaign should continue on June 30th, then your campaign is already over. Plus, potential replacements like Kamala Harris and Gavin Newsom are less popular than Biden, especially in swing states. Mayor Pete Buttigieg is not an attractive option if you live in Michigan and Wisconsin. Of course, there's always a workaround in politics, but if you're having conversations on whether your campaign should continue on June 30th, then your campaign is already over.
Middle MAGA.